Oh, I still got 15 coins. Huh. Strange. I wouldn't have thought I got on. Don't really want to talk to him about.
I believe I ate something terribly disagreeable. I read a barrel of beer and
I just feel, go in here.
It can't be. White hair, yellow eyes, slashed face. Just like he said.
People talk about how pretty ladies are in the Witcher thing, and yeah, that they are. That they are. Oh yeah.
Geralt of Rivia, known as the White Wolf, the Butcher of Blaviken.
Geralt of Rivia's enough. What is it?
A man came to me a few years past, paid me to keep a book for you, said you'd come for it one day.
Who was he?
He didn't introduce himself. But the book has a red cover, that I remember. I'm sure I've not sold it.
Alright, see if I can find it.
And perhaps glance at the others while you're at it.
Be glad to look over what you got.
Probably won't buy it now, I'm a bit broke, but definitely going through all of these at some stage. All of them. Necronomicon, seriously? Nice. And this has a rather different model to the rest of them, so that might be significant. This is just from an old friend. The Merry Adventures of Muriel the Lovely Harlot Illustrated
The
Edition.
Merry Adventures of Muriel the Lovely Harlot, adorned with humorous engravings.
On one occasion, Muriel went on a journey to see her auntie in Maribor, accompanied by her nursemaid. Their path took them through a forest, and in this forest lived a raucous troop of bandits. This infamous group was led by Flynn Selms, and all the king's men had been unable to bring them to justice. Last such was Muriel's great misfortune that these bandits chose to attack her carriage. Muriel's nursemaid was old, blind, and deaf. She did not wake when a tree fell in front of her carriage with a little thud, or when the bandits fought a fierce battle against the guardsmen. When Flynn ripped open the carriage door with his muscular arms and stepped inside, Muriel had to deal with the danger herself. "Make your guests comfortable, young lady," the old nursemaid muttered in her sleep. Muriel obediently carried out her instructions. Oh, I've just stolen that book. There's books like lining the floor and everything. The treatment of furuncles through cauterization.
The treatment of furuncles through cauterization. The study.
Everyone's seen a boil, usually more than they would care to. These deformities don't just mar your beauty, they can be a sign of disease, or even the disease cause and epicenter. If your lungs wheeze and your heart flutters, or if you're just sick of pustules, you can carve them off and be free of the ill for good. When you go to carve off a boil, use a sharp knife, which you've had a dog lick thoroughly beforehand, for a dog's tongue works wonders in healing wounds. You got to be brave as you go about it, slicing as confidently and steadily as if carving off a hunk of cheese, then quickly cauterize the resultant wound using a red-hot poker. Don't pay any mind to screams or tears. Pus, bile, and other humours need to be gathered in a basin, then dumped in a pit, and the pit covered, else the illness might return. My manifesto, The Life of Jacques de Alderberg. Moribunda, the vampire's last likeness. Tyromancy, or the noble art of cheese divination.
Tyromancy, or the noble art of cheese divination.
What splendid diversity reigns in the kingdom of cheese. The ripened curd can be white or blue, hard or soft, fresh or aged from the milk of cows, sheep, or goats, brined, pickled, or untouched. This list could go on until the end of time, and each of them, every last slice, every morsel and crumb, not only brings with it an unmatched rush of savoury experiences, Experience, but in the right hands, can be made to reveal the universe's most closely guarded secrets. For cheese, like the inner sacrifice animals, the flight of a swallow or vivid dreams can be used for divination. The depth and size of a cheese's holes reveals which rains will fall in the coming year, while the color of mold veins tells who shall love whom. The scent of a hard grana pandano predicts which army will vanquish its foes and which will perish. Best divination, however, is done using the ancient method of fondue. One must simply melt two different kinds of cheese, preferably Emmental and Gruyere, in white wine or in a pinch, dry apple cider. Then one must use a long stick to immerse a morsel of bread in the resultant thick soupy mixture, all the while keeping in mind the question, what shall my child be like when he, or she as the case may be, grows? Then bring the cheese covered morsel of bread up to a candle, so that it casts a shadow on the wall. The shape will provide a sure and easily understood answer to your query.
Moribundia, the vampire's last likeness.
Thereupon Isabel took Thereupon Isabel took Edward's glistening visage in her hand and embraced his icy lips, which were twisted into a cynical grin. "Forgive me, my love," she whispered, stifling the sobs heaving her bosom, "but my heart doth long with fiercer passion for yon werewolf, whom thou hatest with all thy vampiric foulness." "'Tis for the best," spoke Edward, shifting his pale face towards the equally pale moon. "With me thy life was ever endangered. With yon werewolf thou shalt know peace and happiness." Edward turned round and took a step towards the exit, but Isabel grabbed his wrist and bade him stop. The touch of her hand was so tender, his heart newly began to beat anew after centuries of deathly stillness. "There is more," she spoke, averting his penetrating gaze. "I am with child." Fucking Twilight.
My manifesto. Must be it. There's a letter inside.
The reasons for choosing Jacques de Aldersberg as Grand Master remain a mystery. The Order of the White Rose had gone through a crisis in those times and was on the verge of collapse, so one might guess that the Brethren wished to have someone decisive as their leaders, someone with a clear vision. De Aldersberg was precisely such a man. One of his first decisions was to change Brother's name to the Order of the Flaming Rose. The most puzzling aspect, however, is that the Order and the King himself decided to trust a man who, for all intents and purposes, appeared out of nowhere. To say he was a wanderer, an itinerant priest who moved crowds with his speeches, reclaiming non-humans. Say he worked miracles and showed his flock visions of a wall destroyed by the White Frost. He was undoubtedly a man of great charisma, one instilled with unshakable principles, which he in turn tried to instill in others. Was he truly a source? Was he indeed gifted with raw magical talent? That we'll never know for certain. He was from Elderblood. A letter from A. Witcher. In the ocean of possibility, some events are more likely, some less. It is not easy to fish out the first. Not even when one's intellect stretches through. It is not easy to fish out the first, not even when one's intellect stretches through all time and space. I left this letter for you and hope that, despite all odds, you'll come across one day, for I must warn you, mankind is threatened. The prophecy destruction by the White Frost is not just some babbling of some mad she-elf. Perhaps I'll have the opportunity to convince you of this in person. If not, I must rely on this letter, which you will read many years from now, at a time when you know more than you did when we first met. Know that nothing will save the world except preparing its entire population for this catastrophe. Old tales say a child of elder blood will stave off the danger, but I tried and failed. Ever since I've been haunted by a hideous vision, a crowned wraith, the spectre of my failure. I was the chosen one, and the chosen one failed. You and your brotherhood are our only hope. When the time of the wolf's blizzard comes, men shall perish, and only the Ubermen will survive. Your duty is to give the world Ubermen. Whatever you think of me, do not fail, as I have. Hey, this is from the Aldersberg himself. No. Well, yeah, actually, it seems like it is from the Aldersberg. Huh. What was the kid's name? Damn it, I should remember. Alvin. Huh. He came here a couple of years back. Before the events of Witcher 1. But how did he know? He must have known Geralt was going to come back. God damn. He knew a lot. Though I guess he didn't expect Geralt to end up killing him. Was not anticipating that.
It's everywhere. I see it all around.
Got 51 coins out of it. Well, thank you, Alvin. Thank you for your pocket money. It's most beneficial.
Awfully suspicious to me, this rat.
All the herbs are down below. There's the barber. Not particularly interested. Oh, now we can head into sewers. Alright. Or like we can head in this way. How long will it last?
The exchange is gonna be unsuccessful.
Something startled Geralt. Not sure who. Here's something over there, but that's not a threat. No left by spy. 53 crowns. Lesser stir bog runestone. Hinders fall heavy armor. And the Veerhead brigand sword. The Great Company has broken off negotiations from the Emperor immediately. It cannot count on its support. Operation Hamelfart remains unchanged. All good to go on our side. Girl better not let us down. Given the merchant's treachery, the outcome of war might depend on it. Okay, let's look around in this sewer while we're here. I got 1 XP out of it. Though I suppose it was just...
Damn it.
So I suppose it was just walking around, you know. Hit harder. Ooh, drowned death. Huh. Burlier than drowners. At least the ones I'm used to are. Though that one gave a drowner tongue for some reason. Where does this lead to? Don't tell me this leads to that estate. Maybe that was the way I was meant to get in. Well, my darling Rosa, from the first moment I set eyes upon you that fateful evening at the Vendelbergs, my heart has only beaten for you. Can't eat or sleep. My master threatens to terminate my apprenticeship, and I don't even know if you remember me. Albert Vendelberg introduced us, and near the roast carpon table, happened to be eating one when I saw you, stuck in my throat, and I started to choke, and you laughed. Oh, how sweetly and brightly you laughed. The marvellous sound still fills my ears to this day. I live in hope that I'll be given a chance to hear it once more. I beg of you, meet with me, even if just for a moment, just for a second. I'll wait by the well in Gildorf every day at dusk. If you care for a poor lad fallen hopelessly in love with you, take pity and come. Do not torture me with eternal waiting. Your truly devoted admirer, Gilbert Blith. He died there, presumably killed by the guards. Like, the guards didn't engage us only because the other lady came upon us at the right time. It's quite possible he wouldn't have gotten so lucky, and she only didn't call the guards on us because she recognized us as Geralt of Rivia. Otherwise, she would have no issue with doing so. So, yeah. Apple. Yes, sewer apple's the best. Huh. Never even noticed that. Wait. Alright. I was expecting them to engage, but apparently not. What happened? Ha. Here be known that bearer of this document is entitled to fight in the ring under the name of Zendik. Okay, that is inadvertently me continuing the main quest line. They just killed a killed off a fighter. You know what? Let's go back to the haunted house. At least the stamina regens quickly out of combat, so even when you run out, you can easily just start running again. Okay. Looks like the guys from the other thing.
Witcher. White Wolf, they call you?
Maybe it could just be same model.
You stand accused of offending religious sentiment. We've orders to take you in for interrogation. Surrender your weapons.
Over my dead body.
Told you we wouldn't fool him. Well, you're due a beating. It'll just be more of a challenge.
Remember the preacher who spoke of witches and witchers? A man you humiliated before his faithful. He asked that we administer a sacrament on his behalf. Your last rites.
The others are just watching. That is kind of funny. And he's just standing there immune. Selective targeting. I love that. You just thwack a guy with a sword and you can just ignite him. Apparently they're all really oily and the friction just completely sets it off. I'm dying of poverty. I do like that line. Okay, nothing out here.
Ow! Don't pull!
Well, you wanted braids.
But I didn't want my hair pulled.
Can't have one without the other.
Then I don't want them.
Okay, seems like someone's getting along up here. Oh, you're back.
Witcher, Witcher. Kareen, look who's come.
Live here together now? Didn't know.
Once you told me Sarah had been responsible for my nightmares, I decided to see if the devil's as scary as they paint him. Or her. I came in to find not a fiend, but our little Sarah. And I can't say why, but we took a liking to one another immediately.
She really reminds me of someone else.
Isolate themselves from a world of beasts. Humans began building cities, but since beasts prowl within stone walls as well as they do outside them, this did not allay human fears. The truth is, walls guarantee no one's safety. The place where you lock yourself in and lock all else out, that's not your home. Your home is sometimes a place you travel long and far to find.
Maybe she just has a similar model to someone else, but she looks very, you know, familiar. I know we've seen her before, but it's, you know, someone else.
Scare you.
Yes?
Okay, they're just fixing up this place. This seems to be on new, so this quest is now done. Well, it's nice to see, you know, the kid's safe now. I probably should go